take a moment to look. Alright, when we last left off, our valiant heroes, having rescued the people of Saltmarsh that they could, and rallied everyone at the keep just as the Drakengard invading army finished closing in their siege, able to squeeze in a hurried and not necessarily restful, but restful enough night's rest. The party was awakened in the middle of the night to a cry from the guards, where it seems a group had managed to slip past base and was attempting to get the gates open. They did manage to open them enough for a small strike force to make it inside, but you guys were able to repel that, with some effort. At which point, the Drakengard deployed their ultimate weapon in the form of what appears to be a really, really big and powerful blue dragon of unknown power level, because I don't think you guys rolled to identify what tier it was.
Nope, it's just a dragon. Need to die.
Had a hard-fought battle against the dragon, in which the party were horribly injured in terms of amount of damage taken, but you were able to finally finish it off in a climactic beam clash. As it attempted to limp away in its death throes, a much smaller dragon that you guys believe to be a Sura tackled it to the ground, where it was finished by slamming into the walls as it brought them partially down. And that is where we pick up now, with you guys having a moment to catch your breath, as I believe Ileana was burning hit die to stay up. I know Farron went down.
Okay, I figure Ileana can, just kind of quickly heal herself to prevent her from burning too much.
She can burn herself, heal for herself, and if she wants, she can probably throw a heal at Farron if she can get him in range as part of the same action.
I'm going to, since I'm standing next to him already, I'm gonna give him a standard potion just to get him up.
Okay. While you're doing that, the smaller dragon will hop down from the wall. Does so. Will shrink down and more.
Hey, little one. Little kill-stealing rascal. We taught you well.
We're fighting like men.
Somebody go hug her. I have something to do.
She'd be able to make it.
Runs over. Let me change my aura back to the regular one, not the fuck everything one, because that's turned off. I can't. Go up. 100. Hey, you.
Right. Gonna go over to this goddamn dragon, and it's worth it because my character would be this paranoid.
Necro dragon.
Oh. All right. You pop a gentle repose on it to prevent it from necrotizing.
I say I'm not gonna. Last thing I need is some asshole to be like, no, this fight ain't over. Undead dragon. I'm like, no.
See, since you are up on it like that, and you are being concerned. Yeah, I'll give you an active for this. Give me a perception or investigation.
Perceptigation. My favorite. Investigation, perception. Yeah, investigation, sure. I don't have this on. Yes, normal. Okay. Woohoo! And stump points.
With that roll, you are able to see that your gentle repose. You can see where the veins on it had started to take on that same pinkish crystalline hue that you've seen with the large creature, but your spell seems to have halted and reversed that effect.
This motherfucker was gonna blow up. Oh yeah, if he had crystallized and blown up, that would have sucked. Because then we wouldn't have had any dragon parts to take that. Whew, man. Aha, paranoia works.
But you will also notice through some of the injuries that lodged under the flesh in its chest, you can make out what appears to be, through several of the holes and injuries, what might actually be a large chunk of crystal that has been embedded inside of it.
Due to attacks or just something that's inside of it?
Your attacks seem to have exposed it. Like it looks like it might have been surgically implanted, and your attacks with the amount of flesh you guys have destroyed has exposed a piece of it, so you're able to see that it is there. You have to actually do more digging to get a better look at it, but you are seeing something crystalline beneath the flesh in the chest cavity.
Okay, cool. So we got 10 days to figure this out. I'll yell back to Farron. I was like, I'll say, good buddy Farron.
Yeah.
I believe this thing has one of those strange crystal things that you were that you seem to be fairly familiar with, and I believe this dragon was about to explode.
Oh.
Don't exactly know how it works, but put a stop to it momentarily.
Going back a moment to Farron, as you're running up to the little girl, she's running up to you. She's looking somewhat disheveled, appears to be trying to hold back tears, and she is clutching what you recognize to be Theala's purse as she's running towards you.
Okay. As I come here, I'll ask you for things.
The main people, they came and they took the boat, and y'all told me to run, and the alchemists are in the bag, but she and Mr. T and Mrs. V stayed to hold the line. They said so we could get away.
They took the boat.
I'll be like, bringing her, patting her to try to calm her down.
Persuasion check or charisma check. Okay, she's still crying, but she seems to be getting a hold of herself. It's not like uncontrolled. And she's able to get hold of herself to put the bag down and say the word so that it opens, and the alchemists proceed to pile out of the bag.
But given what's in that bag, do they have croissants?
They are still looking pretty spooked and haggard themselves. It does not look like they probably have had time to discover the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh my god. If I didn't hate the Dragon God enough, now I absolutely do. Because without a ship, we don't have jobs. Now we're just assholes. Titles, and we can pretend to be better than we actually are. Now you're just a nerd. I'll say you're just a nerd. I'm just a cutthroat. She's just a blind woman. And Ash is a even when he was on the boat, people still didn't. I'm about to say people still didn't like his kind. So nothing's really changed for him. But the rest of us are in shit. I don't think having a boat made people like Ash's kind any more than they do. Actually, let me check. Hey, Ash.
Ash looks up from where he's helping them assess the damage to the ballistas. Huh?
Do people still hate you even though you're on a boat now?
I don't think being at sea improved my reputation. No.
Okay, cool. So, oh, they stole our boat.
Well, shit.
So, just running it by you. Murder?
I mean, I'm not sure that's any different from what we've been doing, but
Well, this was justice. Getting our ship back is just murder.
I'm all for reclaiming our ship. Yes.
Okay. I'll say this was justice in helping people. Getting our ship back, I don't know if that's actually justice.
As you are saying that, there is a call from the guards on the wall. One soldier approaches under flag. They seem to be carrying a flag of truce.
Oh,
The white flag.
truce. Oh, that's convenient. We kill your dragon, murder like what 10? I'm about to say murder at least like what 5 of your best fucking Drakengard noble soldiers. Have a pile of dead corpses and fat dragonoids with tiny wings that somehow are twice the size of us, but even though they got wings the size of fucking they got wings the size of pigeons, somehow managed to be able to fly fly fast as fuck. And now I'm gonna say now like a fucking 12-year-old chord your lightning dragon, and now you're like truce. You know what? I'm not the right person for this. I'm not even gonna lie. Somebody who actually cares about someone who actually thinks that all life is sacred should probably go talk to them. I'm gonna look over at Ileana. It was like, Ileana, you love peace and wildlife and the sanctity of all living things, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Okay, cool. Kyoki will reach into his bag, do some counting. He was like, 5 extra gold. And I'll say 5 extra gold for you to. I'll say 5 extra gold if you can. I'll say if you can handle this peacefully, because I know that I am in no mood. I'll say when a bunch of bullies gets their ass kicked and then suddenly want to call a truce.
Okay.
Unless Farron, do you think you can do it? You seem to be fairly non-hostile. You read a lot.
To talk to the person with the white flag.
To see if they actually want a truce. Personally, I don't believe them. I think I think that flag is probably a spear that they're going to try to stab us with, but I'm just suggesting someone else go do it because I know that currently my adrenaline's still running and blood's still pumping, adrenaline's still running, and seeing someone's face seeing someone's face from the enemy side after all the people that they've killed and all the stress and everything that they've caused, I'm not that inclined to believe that they'd be willing to submit. And even if they do, I'm not sure that I want it.
Or could you
So,
sit here with Miss Ileana for a minute?
Okay. Ileana will take her. Okay, right. We got you.
I was considering taking her with me, but I don't want to
put her in danger.
be stabbed through when she get hit.
Yeah.
Oh, then we absolutely have to murder everyone on this salt marsh. No prisoner.
I say, you going through the gate or just up to the wall?
I
Oh fuck! You know what this means?
figure I could have the portcullis be between me and them.
If you want to do that.
They took our fucking goat. They took Billy Earl.
and
God damn.
on all the eggs and the chickens.
And the chickens. The cost of eggs? Nah, these motherfuckers owe us like 10 boats for the cost of these eggs. Nah. Nah. The more I look at this list of shit that was on the ship, no. They gotta die now. This is worse than attacking Salt Marsh.
Found something lower than take their boots, take their eggs.
Oh god, that pisses me the fuck off.
You approach the portcullis. This individual calmly standing there, holding what, technically Kyoki is correct in that it is a Yari style spear with a white flag tied to it. Just because there was not a convenient flagpole around.
Especially the extra they could have broken off the spear tip and put the flag on, but I understand not doing that.
But
they couldn't have found us.
Indicate that they are, at least for the moment, standing there just kind of casually waiting for somebody to acknowledge their presence beyond the initial shout-outs that clearly came from the wall. It's like, okay, they've seen me. I'll just casually wait here until somebody decides they're ready to talk to me or take a shot at me, one or the other.
Something I'd like to confirm, is that face markings or supposed to be scaling?
Those are scales forming right along the cheeks and in the middle of the forehead, as well as smaller horns coming from the sides.
Okay, those are horns or a headdress?
Yeah.
Okay.
The stuff around the neck and on the hands is ornamentation jewelry, but the stuff on the face and on the head is actual hair.
Because my first thought was drow, and then I noticed some possible
nature check, if you are interested.
Sure. I will.
I'll even give you no. Okay, that's different. So yeah, nature check.
I recently got proficient in that. I say as I roll a 12.
Okay, well, it wasn't super difficult. You can't necessarily nail down the specific variety, but you are inclined to say that it is some form of Ganassi.
Oh, okay.
With the scaling would indicate either mixed heritage with somebody of Drakengard blood, or possibly somebody with like a draconic sorcerer or something.
That's right. What was it? We're dealing with the bastard prince? Was it?
Yeah, the bastard prince. And the bastard regiment.
You there? Identify yourself and your purpose for the white flag.
Will speak in response. You'll note that she doesn't appear to be shouting, but somehow her voice is still carrying at the necessary volume to be heard clearly, even from her current position, as she seems to be deferring to the fact that you have not, indicated for her to come closer, but still somehow her voice is able to carry to you.
Okay.
My name is Amina. I command the troops that are currently sieging your keep. It seems that we have effectively reached a stalemate. Your keep is besieged, and you have felled my dragon, but I have taken your ship. I believe we have both seen enough bloodshed tonight. There's no need for us to further waste resources. So I instead propose that we resolve this in a manner more in keeping with traditions of my people. I'm not 100% clear on the common word for it, but it effectively comes down to I'm offering you a chance to resolve your people, a chance to resolve this in single combat. Me versus one of your champions. I win. You and everyone in the keep surrenders to my care. You win. My people will withdraw, and we will return your ship and the crew that we have taken prisoner.
Can I make a roll to see if such a proposal is applicable to non-scale folk?
For the circumstances, since you're making a check about you're not making a check about the insight, you're making a check about the culture.
Yeah, I basically want to know if the honor carries over in this case.
Yes. In that case, that would be. I'm going to put that under history. Okay, with an 18, based on your research and limited knowledge of rites and traditions that you've come across over the years, especially regarding the Drakengard, this isn't really your forte. That'd be somebody who's from there. But she seems to be trying to invoke something that, in the draconian language, would be known as Vor Zygax. Roughly translates to death, battle, uh, mortal combat. You're not 100% sure, but the idea of, in order, due to how their culture, limited resources and stuff they have, the idea of single combat to resolve disputes on larger scales, like resolving wars and stuff via single combat, is not unheard of to limit the waste of limited resources.
And it's almost like they should have led with that.
Usually it is reserved for what one believes to be worthy adversaries. As if you believe you can just if you believe you can just steamroll the place, there's no reason to invoke it. However, it is uncommon, but it has been known to be applied to situations outside the Drakengard Empire, and when it has, usually it has been honored. When it has not been honored, the one who failed to honor it has been considered a dishonorable asshole, and it has been punished accordingly when it has been, proven that they violated the terms of the combat. Okay. So if she is offering this to you without an insight check, you don't know if she actually means it or not, but the idea of her offering this to you is not unheard of.
Okay, with that in mind, can I follow up with an insight?
If you would like, yes.
Also, I think the draconic blood, possible draconic blood in her has come from Karinsky.
Okay, 26. She seems confident that she still has the edge and probably could steamroll the place if she has to. She seems to be acknowledging that you guys are tougher than she was expecting, and therefore is doing you the courtesy of offering you this to more spare your people than hers. But she does seem intent on actually following through. That if in the event that she does lose, she does seem to believe that her people will follow through on her terms. So near as you can tell, all overconfident, she is being sincere. You do not need to answer immediately. If you need a few moments to discuss it with those in charge inside and to decide on your champion, that's fine. I am happy to wait.
I was about to request such. What's the name of the commander of this?
That would be Iliander.
Could someone get Commander Iliander? I have a few words.
One of the guards will salute and move to. Where you guys want to congregate to have this discussion, but
guessing the
way from. Actually, let's step off to the side so sight for.
You do that.
Hey Ash, we need you for. I'll say we need your help for a decision.
Fine. guess we don't need to work on the ballista right now anyway. Under a flag of truce, it's not like we're going to be doing siege warfare or anything.
All right. So, what did they say? What did they say? Unconditional surrender?
What they have as stakes is them withdrawing or the conquering of key final bastion. Where asking for the commander to be. I'm not going to make a decision for the entirety of Salt Marsh unilaterally.
Right, but the commander's token.
To give a short answer to your question, it's a victory victory of the siege through singular combat.
Kyoki, you don't even need to roll. You know exactly what she's trying to invoke. That you're from there. You probably participated in a few street versions of this yourself.
And my experience with these folk actually upkeeping it with the soft skins.
If they have honor, even if it's like honor among thieves type honor, it is usually upheld.
Okay. So
or take their honor seriously usually. And
okay.
Most of them, except for the really, really bigoted ones, tend to hold that honor as a universal standard. So it's like if I say I will do this, even if I think you are a dishonorable scum who are beneath me. It's only the really bigoted ones that are like, yeah, my honor doesn't apply to you.
Okay. So that's what I was.
Without having insighted this one in particular, you're inclined to say that if she is invoking it, and if she is the type to invoke it, she is probably the type to follow through on it.
Okay.
Scumbags who would not honor it are not the ones who would invoke it because they don't see the point in invoking it in the first place when they can just do something underhanded to fuck you over anyway.
I gotcha.
They just if it's invoked on them, they have they can't say no because that really hurts their reputation.
Okay. Now, I'll say, which I kind of figured. The only thing I was debating was like, oh, hey, are they going to be the type that are like, yeah, I invoke this, and I'll do this, and it was like, we're in the ass end of nowhere. No one can prove. No one can prove I didn't keep my end of the deal. No one will believe you, and
that would involve inciting this particular individual. But in concept, this is one of the more sacred traditions of the Drakengard Empire. Just because, again, it prevents the waste of resources they can't afford to lose.
Gotcha. Well, unless they have a
without fact checking this particular individual to know if she means it, you just know that the history of the ritual is usually considered, highly, high honor to uphold.
Okay. I'll say, Kyoki's gonna kind of like roll his eyes, but he was like, couldn't afford to lose resources. And here I thought a giant blue lightning dragon was a pretty good resource, but apparently they could afford to lose that.
Yeah, she'll look over at the dragon and like, that's probably actually why she invoked it, because when we took out her dragon, we made it a much more fair fight.
Oh no, I must say. Now she only has a horde of kobolds.
But she saw we have a dragon, so...
I'm also a little concerned as to where this dragon.
Should we counter bargain? Should we counter bargain and tell her to give us back our ship with give us back our ship with everything intact, and we'll let them leave.
Reminder for Farron, that was a part of her existing terms, was to give back, was to withdraw and give back your ship.
Her
and the crew.
Her intent is to give back the ship and the crew. I will clarify that includes everything on the ship.
We'll give back the crew, but not the goats. Fuck that. We're keeping the goats.
I'll say now at this point, because Kyoki's like, at this point, must say at this point, I don't know who exactly is. Kyoki's gonna look at himself and all the like wounds he's got and all the wounds that Farron's got and the dents, almost all the dents and everything that are in Ash's armor. Pretty sure she's been pretty fresh, seeing as how she's done nothing but sit back and file her nails this entire conflict. We're all kind of banged up. I don't think any of us are actually in any sort of shape to engage in conflict. I might say if she's expecting, I don't know. I might say this personally. I think this feels like bullshit. We just finished fighting a dragon, in like a war on like 5 different fronts before we even got here. I know we got to rest up and everything, but fucking hell, now she expects us to go out and fight someone who we have no clue what her capabilities are, how strong she is, and all after we just finished fighting a dragon and all of her soldiers. Now, granted, she could be a complete pushover and we could just stab her once and she dies. There's also that.
Well, I don't believe she is particularly the challenger. Choose her own champion. I imagine she get to choose.
Hopefully, her champion is also beat up.
I would imagine this wouldn't be an immediate thing, given that we have that there is a standing by happening. So you do not believe that that this is a trustworthy.
I believe we need a little more clarification to make sure that this fight isn't happening. I must say, if we were to agree, I must say, one, I really don't want. I really don't want to put everything. Put everything that we've tried to accomplish on one person's back. Because I can tell you right now that whatever champion we send out there, if they lose, I'm still gonna kill. I'm not gonna honor shit. I'm still gonna fight for Salt Marsh. I don't know about you, Ash. I don't know if you're actually gonna, uphold our end. I'm kind of look at Ash and kind of make like a gesture. I'm like, I don't know about you. I don't know if we're gonna uphold our end of the deal. But are you just willing to surrender everything on the back of one person?
Depends on the person.
Let me guess, that person is you.
I mean, I'd be one of them, but there are others I think that could handle that kind of responsibility.
And you'd be willing to put your life on the line and then go potentially into slavery and everything if that person loses.
I don't know about going into slavery, not doing that again, but given the alternative, I am more inclined to lean towards wanting to deal with the single combat as opposed to trying to deal with an entire siege with my only reinforcements being a bunch of farmers.
That is fair. Okay.
I think our odds are much better if one of us were to take the offer of single combat.
Was yeah, I was wanting to gauge from Commander here with the dragon now out of the picture. Siege can be repelled with the force. From what I've seen, that would be less likely. Given what I've seen of us.
Leandra will take a moment to survey, what's out here because you guys interrupted that. Well, they still have the siege weapons. We do have a dragon now that they don't no longer have, albeit a much smaller one than they had. They definitely have the edge in terms of numbers and training. While I believe our walls could hold, though the rear wall is now Far weaker thanks to that dragon collapsing on it.
Dragon-shaped hole.
I feel we could probably hold them off for a few days. I don't know if that'd be enough time for a response from the capital to make it here or not. But in the end, a fortification's only going to do so much, considering we're working with a handful of militiamen and a whole bunch of farmers. I think we'd just be delaying the inevitable. That said, you are our most highly trained fighters, so if you don't think you can handle the situation, I'm willing to roll the dice on the reinforcements.
We are rather capable fighters, provided that we have a rest to recoup. I believe could survive whatever the. I did not want to make a decision for Saltmarsh without conferring.
I appreciate the consultation, especially considering I'm the last remaining member of the council here in town. Speaking for the civilians, I feel like their odds of survival are higher in your hands than they are in their own right now. But I've also done gladiatorial combat. I know how tough that can be, especially going from one fight immediately into the next. So if you do not feel capable and do not think that they will give you a reprieve to recover,
Well, I haven't been in gladiatorial combat per se. I've been in fights and fights. He's making a failed reference reference to being ganged up on in prison and stuff.
oh, I got that. I was laughing because you started muttering and the mic just went.
Oh, okay. It's like, he's good, but if like 12 people are coming at you and just exchanging out, that tends to wear on anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, that being said, Leona, given your philosophy, I wouldn't even consider you for.
Yeah, unless you want me to just, make her trip a lot, I'm not sure how helpful that would be. I mean, I could try locking her down in the water bowl and see if she surrenders, but that doesn't seem likely.
I'm gonna I not considering her as a candidate, just kind of considering like if we lose, how the impact would. Because as far as I'm aware, the terms aren't that we surrender; it's the keep surrenders. Or is she considering us a part of the keep as a part of the defense?
Keep and its defenders.
Okay.
Which, given that she seems to be stumbling a little bit with the language, probably is meant to be taken the literal anybody who has taken up arms to defend the place.
Right. Okay. Because I know we're. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In that case, does do outside of common, does Yoki and I share a language? Like I believe I can speak it.
I know Abyssal, Draconic, Infernal, and Yoken.
Okay, I do know Yoken. I'll I know we're not is actually super adhering to alignments, but I realize what I'm about to say actually goes against his original alignment.
Like I said, alignment is. I'm acknowledging alignment.
I must say.
But
I must say.
Kyoki will speak.
And,
Not Kyoki. Farron will speak in Yogan to Kyoki.
mm-hmm.
Given your plan to disregard the honor of loss before you go on your rampage. If you do, you make sure Tara is safe.
Absolutely. Stuff her in a box and send her somewhere.
I'll
Let's say push come to shove. By 3x3 box. Pretty sure she can fit in that.
There's the box. She also did come with the bag of lodging.
Yeah. So we can put her inside the bag of lodging and then put her inside the box. How many people fit inside the bag of lodging?
It can Arcana check.
This might be terrible. Not that bad.
You're not sure of the exact number, but you're guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 7.
Okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. So her and the alchemist can, I'll say, well, she can fit inside the thing and then take the alchemist with her. Okay. Hmm.
given the state of things, it might also be good.
Yeah, Ileana go with them.
Sorry, I realized it's too low. Did it pick me up or do I need to repeat the
I heard you. Must say,
Early.
I heard you say to send Ileana with them as well. So yeah.
Yeah, Discord will pick him up. OBS that won't.
Okay. So yeah, I will. I'll say yeah. Send an Ileana as well. Basically send all the non-combatants out of here that we can.
event that we do? Well, I thought I was protecting a bit more of that.
Not really.
Really? Shit.
All right. I will. I'll say so. I'll gesture to. I'll gesture to. I'll say. I'll look over at. I'll say. Looking over Ash. I'm gonna say death before slavery. Right.
Damn straight.
Okay.
All
right.
Farin'll switch back to common. Okay, given the situation, then it sounds like we're all in agreement for the for uh the challenge for Saltmarsh.
Mm-hmm.
Leander will look between the line. I leave the fate of my people in your hands then. You guys figure out the logistics. I'll see to tending to the wounded. You know, move to, go back to working with his troops.
We should probably check and make. We should probably check and make sure that this. I'll say we should probably check and make sure that she's actually going to give us enough time to recover.
I'll go and ask about the timing. I'll walk back over to the.
That mean you have an answer?
Just to make sure I have this typed down right, it's Amina.
Yes.
Okay. Commander Amina, that we do. Though prior to committing, I would like to confirm when and where this challenge will take place, given that this is directly after a sizable conflict.
The where, we can either do it in your courtyard or you can come out here. As for the when, under the circumstances, in order to make this fair and to give you time to make peace with whatever gods you worship, I was figuring 1 hour hence. I enough time to take a short rest.
Wait, catnap accelerates a short rest.
I'll say.
That's a cat rest.
Not inducing a long rest.
Yeah, cat rest makes a short rest 10 minutes.
All right. Basically, yeah. So we fight their champion while severely injured. Sounds fun.
Well, time for a short rest, which means you can spend hit die to heal. You can spend, you can have somebody else spend spells to heal. I know there are hit die abilities that allow you to reset rest abilities.
Yeah, but then we end up using our hit die that we could have used in battle to.
I'm not disputing that. I am just saying,
Yeah.
Under the circumstances, they are giving you time to heal a certain amount of time to heal up and recharge. They are, she's not being totally unreasonable. Now, how you want to spend your resources to, to achieve that end? It's like you are being, she's offering you an hour to prepare in whatever capacity you want to prepare.
Hmm.
At the is at the end of the hour when we will declare our respective champions.
Traditionally, the champion would be declared at the time of agreement, as if there are any terms that need to be adjusted based on the skill disparity between said champions, that would be the time to work them out. However, it is not unheard of for it to be a surprise at the time of meeting at the field of battle. I'm happy to negotiate either way, whether you want to announce your champion and their second now, or just surprise me after the fact.
Is she being loud enough that the rest of the group can hear?
Depends on where they are. Her voice is, again, she's not shouting, but her voice is still somehow carrying very clearly to you at the portcullis.
I mean, we're right behind him. We're
where you left them, then you're probably not hearing her. If you've moved closer to him, then you will hear her.
We're about 25 to 30 feet away from him.
Her voice is not carrying that far.
Oh, okay. Then no. I can't. Must say I can't hear.
Okay.
Then Ileana can hear, but that's because Ileana has ears like a bat. But
yeah. In which case, given the distance, I will telepathically contact contact. Kyoki has more of the cultural stuff. I'll telepathically contact Kyoki and kind of ask if we want to keep things a surprise or determine which one of us is going to be the primary and secondary now, so we can just arrange everything.
We might as well figure out who's the primary and the secondary.
Of course, I volunteer. But if you guys have a different preference, just let me know.
Okay. I'm very capable of hitting. I'm very capable of dodging, but I'm not exactly that beefy. So
I guess really logically it would just kind of be you and me anyway, unless
I'm about to say because I know Tristan's not trying to get into a fight with himself.
Yeah,
so I'm
here for an entire session of me playing with myself. So
yeah, I'm about to say I'm like on paper it makes more sense to put the two of you into battle. But since you're the DM, I'll say it pretty much just leaves me. I'll say me and Farron. I was like, I must say the only reason I'm even remotely apprehensive is because I'm squishy.
In that case, then would you like me to first soften them up, and then you come in to fight a weaker one if I happen to lose?
That sounds good.
So Farron is the champion. If Farron loses, Kyoki goes fuck the rules and tries to shank them anyway.
I'm the second, so that's what he said.
Comes in at the first, cannot fight.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Then if I lose,
well, if you lose, then the challenge is resolved.
okay, that's fair.
The second is like,
Okay.
oh, if you have food poisoning and can't actually show up to the fight.
That's okay.
Gotcha.
It's not a gauntlet.
Okay.
Now, these challenges can be issued in a gauntlet format, but that is not what is being issued here. That's why it was single combat.
Okay. In that case, then really, it sounds like I need to go first, so you can enact your zero honor plan.
Yes, zero mortals plan, zero dragons plan.
Okay. Looking at how's my brain? That's why I take notes, because I am like forgetting names like crazy. Yeah, very well then, Commander. I mean, I will in an hour I will be the champion given the options, which I believe was battling here or
She offered to fight in the keep or out front.
okay.
So you can either fight where she's standing, or you guys can fight in the courtyard. Or if you want to
I can't remember.
fight on top of the tower there, right? Or on the walls or whatever. She's offering you the choice of the battlefield as long as you keep it local.
Okay.
I can't remember. We can't give people We can't give people a hit die, can we?
Nope. I think there are some spells. I think they're third party that let you do that, but by default, no.
Okay.
Given that the keep will be the prize, I say we fight on the inside. Got to.
Very well. I'll return to face you in 1 hour. That she'll, thump her shoulder and bow and turn to leave.
Well, I will watch her walk away until it's like clear that she's in fact
she's gone.
walking away.
She is returning to her battle line.
And then okay. Rest and mana potion.
Son of a bitch. All right.
Given that we're here during the short rest, since I know we can do minor things during the short rest, I would like to give Usara the no wait, hold on. I wasn't able to recover the other suit, was I?
Suit?
The
No,
infernal suit.
There's not been a chance to go down to the trading post yet.
Okay. Just press the short rest button. What if I want to roll 0? Okay. Am I aware whether items are generally allowed in these challenges, like utilizing potions and stuff? Because I imagine that would just prolong things and it not necessarily be.
They're not disallowed, but there is a general sense of frowned upon. It's like, no, they're not against the rules, but it is a sign of weakness to need one. But they're not unheard of. You prove the more potions you need, the more macho you are, kind of thing.
Right.
Because needing a potion acknowledges that you're losing.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
I would keep one. I would keep one just in case because they might do it too.
Yeah, it's not that you're not allowed to have them. They just might look down. There's a chance they might look down on you for it. It's not a guarantee because some people are like, no, potions are just as good as any other weapon. They're just a tool. But this is about a feat of skill, not a feat of who has more potions.
It's a feat of finances.
Yeah, if you won the challenge because you have the bigger wallet, the challenge has less meaning.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, one would argue that if you're strong, you have deep pockets anyway.
True, but you don't prove your strength with the deeper pockets. You prove it through skill, or at least that's their outlook.
Mark off the. So, okay.
It's like I come and attack you with my +3 long sword of the sun. Oh, sweet! Where'd you get that? Like I'll say, where'd you find that? In an ancient tomb? Nope. Jeffrey's bargain bin and basement.
Yes.
Wait, you did an adventure for it? Nope. I paid adventurers to go get it and then sell it to me. You got time for that shit?
Ileana with healing me during the short.
No, Ileana definitely would be all for making sure you're in the best shape possible, considering the fate of everyone rests on you.
I'll say he actually stands the best chance because even if he hits 0, he can still just get back up.
Yeah.
I actually no longer have that ability outside of using.
There were pros and cons for either one of you. So.
Yep.
1 second. Let me see if there's anything I can do for you. Gotta be something I can do to.
The ring of mind shielding does safeguard my soul.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to take a bathroom break real quick.
Recent. Here we go.
Oh, I forgot that.
Am I 4th level? I believe I am 4th level. I do have access to. Yep, I do.
Also, Kyoki, based on your own life experience, you would know that, while again frowned upon, but definitely occurs, especially at the street level ones. It is not unheard of for non-combatants to try to stealthily slip buffs onto the combat or debuffs onto the combatants.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% already working on that.
Such feats would go under depending on how you're trying to accomplish it and what you're trying to accomplish, this would be either a stealth or a sleight of hand type scenario.
Okay. Oh sweet! I forgot. I'm over here worrying about a long rest to get my spells back. I get them back at those short rests.
Warlock.
Kind of.
This is the thing. I was like, okay, I don't think Matt or Sierra would be on board for this, so I have to figure out something else for them to do. Whereas you two were like, no, I'm totally fine with
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to do this.
I do want to get Asher's attention.
You can pull him away from trying to help prepare slash jury rig shore up defenses because they're trying to figure out what basically what can they put barricade around the dragon's corpse to make sure that people don't come pouring over the wall using the dragon as a ramp.
Yeah.
What's up?
I'll into reaching a lot of book. Just in case things go south. At some point, if everyone is still together, you're going need a replacement healer. I'll hand him the book. These are the medical logs I've been keeping. A archivist of the Cobalt Soul will be able to decrypt it for you.
Oh, good. I was worried you were giving me your overdue library book. Shouldn't you be giving this to Ileana? She seems like the logical replacement as a healer. Should you not make it?
Yes, though your ability to protect it, I see hurts. Because if I lose and there's still resistance with the Yoki, then things could go south. I wouldn't want.
Fair enough.
Man, this is sounding so dire, but the stakes are really high here.
Right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Sorry.
Only over here does have a long rest.
Yep. You have whatever hit dice you have.
Oh,
How many hit dice do you have left?
I have two.
Okay.
I have two left.
Okay.
No, because I was having to burn a lot of my resources, but I've recovered a lot of my other resources just by the short rest. So
Well,
this is still a doable thing.
I did not know which one of you guys was gonna be the one to decide to go for this.
But it makes sense given again the no honor plan. Because if he's out here fighting and he dies, he can't enact it. So all right.
okay. Let me see. I can.
You intending to set up in the courtyard, on the wall, on top of the tower?
My intention was the
All right.
courtyard because there's more objects in here to make things interesting.
Okay.
Okay. I can't remember if we can trade cards.
You can trade cards, yes.
Okay.
I believe how that works on the Roll20 is you take the card and drag it onto the. I'm not sure if it's the deck or the name of the person you're trying to give it to. But it should like blow up or something.
Yep. There we go.
I don't know why you're trying to give me a card, but
Oh wait. Shit. All right. Sorry. Wrong person. Understudy. All right.
yeah, you want understudy.
There we go. Hopefully that will.
Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you have this.
Left it.
Hopefully that helps you.
Yeah, no, it's a nice fallback card. Let me actually see what the other.
You can select two of those three with that.
Oh, that actually pairs well with this other one. roll a d20 on a 10 or higher, gain temporary hit points equal to your level, and gain advantage on your next d20 because I can choose. Or in this case, the roll.
Your next 3d6, yeah.
And the one I was holding on to for the Uchina lunge, increase your melee reach by 10 feet until the end of your next.
All right. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep one spell to get rid of little bit if things go sideways. And let's see. Still going through my bullshit. Da.
I forgot. Okay, I can recharge my mana pool. Yeah. I am miserable.
Come on. All right. So in regards to the place of where we're sending these people, my guess would be let's see. If things go sideways, my guess we send her to Corvus.
If that's what you want to do.
I'm just asking the group. It's like trying to think of a place because if I send her in the box, I have to guarantee that wherever I send her will accept her.
Hmm. You have allies in a few places. Corvus is one of them.
Corvus is the most diverse, so that would give a higher chance.
All right. I can't remember where's one of your churches? Your best
Cobalt
temple.
would be in just about every major settlement.
And there is there is a major Cobalt Soul temple in Corvus because I was there researching when the uprising of the Underworld happened.
Okay. Cool. I need you to, I'm gonna say during this 1 hour, need you to write I need you to write a note so that we can include it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say write a note so that we can know to include it so that they can read the note and know what's going on instead of just like a magical cast, like box showing up and like, here, take this child.
Yeah, unless there's something odd about it, I couldn't.
Yeah. I'll say we can write them a note letting them know, hey, I'll say is like, hey, I'll say these are all the people we could ferry out of Salt Marsh. Salt Marsh is under attack by the Dragon Guard. We're gonna try to hold on as long as we can, I guess, for X amount of days, I suppose. Hope for the best.
Yeah, Sharon will do.
Yeah, maybe. Corvus is about the closest place to us, isn't it? I don't remember on the map.
The capital of the Silken Empire or the Styes would be closer than Corvus. Corvus is about halfway across the continent.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Huh? All right. I don't know how they. Trying to remember, is anyone, I'm gonna say, are any of those people, would any of those people be like, oh, hey, the Draken Guard are invading Salt Marsh, we should probably do something?
If you want to let people know they're invading Saltmarsh, the Republic, not the Republic, the Silken Empire capital would make more sense because this is currently part of Silken territory.
Okay. And they wouldn't take too kindly to this, I assume.
Not usually, no.
Okay. I'm trying to remember, do we know anyone in Silken Empire? Blank.
Based on what Sierra has said, you would at least have a passing familiarity with her father, because I believe she indicated she'd introduced him to all of you at one point or another.
Sounds about right.
Do we want her father really coming over here raining down fucking death and destruction on this place? It would definitely resolve the conflict. But feel like he'd be kind of pissed. He'd be like, I told you you weren't safe. Okay. Cool. All right. Then
guys set?
I'm going to help him by casting a spell on him. It's the only useful spell I got.
Is that something you'd have to do during? Because I don't think I can walk
Nope.
into it empowered.
I don't know. Can you?
Well,
Again, it goes under the buffs are not usually part of it, but people slip them in. It kind of goes under that category.
Yeah. Worth a shot. I'll say it lasts for 8 hours. So.
don't tell me that you're doing it.
Oh no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna pat you on the shoulder. It's like, good luck, buddy. Don't die on me out there. And that's gonna be my verbal component for Death Ward.
One.
All right, that is about the most I can do. Yep, I can't do shit else. Let's see. You want to take any of these weapons in the crate?
No, I think Shinjo will serve me well.
Okay. Didn't know if you want like wand of fireballs or whatever the fuck.
He actually does have the wand of fireball on him.
Okay. All right.
Because I was debating whether I should attune to something else, and I'm like, no, saying get what I already have should work.
Did you refill your health?
Yeah, I'm at max health thanks to Ileana.
Okay.
I regain all my key back on a short rest, which has already been done, and my spell points thanks to potion.
Okay. Cool. And you just have two hit die. All right.
Yeah, the hit die is the only thing you can't really solve.
Okay. Yep. And I gave you the only technically useful card I had, so.
Oh, since there's a little bit of a delay, I do have a question. Did you hear about, I believe it was Sonic Blitz, the Sonic card game?
No, I have not.
It is featuring, according to the um, Sally and Nicole, likely amongst others.
Wow.
She has some freedom fighters popping up in an official Sonic, Sega Sonic product.
I didn't think they'd actually acknowledge that.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it's not in the comics. It's in this thing that can go as official but not canon. So that surprised me too. Yeah,
God has food. Or odds have fruit.
yeah, like Sonic Hub has some information on it, and I think a few other people do as well.
All right. Death Ward. Okay, good choice. Good choice. All right. Assuming you guys are all ready, the hour will pass. She will approach the gate. Presumably, you let her in.
I'm good with letting you in.
You are the chosen champion, then.
Yes, I am.
Very well. I am Amina, commander of the Drakengard forces.
Was that
8 Hakish to my lord and sultan. May I have the honor of your name?
Farron Kettle of the Kobold Soul, and recalling what the dragon had said earlier, and he's gonna want to look into this if he survives. Um, wielder of the ancient power.
Very well, Sir Kettle. I will try to keep that name in memory. May you honor your ancestors on this day.
Wow. Okay, I thought you'd beat me. Holy shit. Can,
Wow.
Whenever the well, do I want to reveal that draconic?
This feels like just turn from after you. No, after you. No, after you. No, after you.
That's
Just fuck already.
Good. Well, in that case, unless there's any preamble that needs to occur.
all right. As you take your stance, he will take hers, drawing a short sword from one hip and holding it in reverse grip as she reaches behind her, pulling out what at first appears to be a short staff before unfolding into the spear you saw earlier. And, braces that in front of her with the short sword.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I told you that fucking white flag was bullshit.
She takes her stance, to ready herself. Top of the initiative order appears to be Farron.
Okay. I will unsheath my sword. As I'm unsheathing my sword, I will use my bonus action to transform my mastered first state, so it doesn't actually cost me energy. Um, hmm. The the um the radiant glow moving through my veins and such. Let me just.
He quirks an eyebrow, but seems unfazed.
That counts. Okay. Um. Hmm. I have so many bonus action things. I cannot do them all. Okay. Um. Well. Quote unquote dash. I'm not actually using dash. I'll run forward. Um. Um. Flipping over diagonally to the side to come in with like a side slash with Shinjo. Oh, sorry, Bless is still on from earlier. Oh,
As you are drawing Shinjo,
Bless doesn't appear to be on. Actually, no, that's not Bless. That's my transformation enhancement. Okay.
as you are drawing Shinjo to come in for your attack, you hear within your mind an unfamiliar voice. Calm but confident. I am here when you need me. Shinjo's stats have updated.
Ooh.
Shinjo is now a +2 longsword, among other things.
Yay, more bonus action stuff. Cool. Okay.
So is that +3? Oh, that's your Super Saiyan whatever bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's I'd use it when you a cursor over it.
21 +3 and then +1 because it's now a +2 longsword instead of a +1 longsword.
Yep.
So that brings you up to 25, which does hit.
I am increasing the magic bonus
Lightning,
mutation.
radiant. You don't have your consumption or boost or anything going.
Nope, I don't. Looks like there's
Okay,
no.
so 11, 12 damage because the extra +1.
Okay.
Have anything for that? That won't do anything. Do that. So he takes the hit.
Okay. When I um when I come down from the flip with the slash, I will crouch spinning on a leg trying to carry through momentum for a midsection kick. Ooh, is that stunt points? Yes, that is stunt points. That is all the stunt points. I seize. I'm not going to seize initiative. Okay. Okay. I would like to spend 4 points for injure.
Which does.
Strike the limb of your opponent, aim a crack or shatter bone. Your opponent suffers. Okay, that's an or. I'll say -2 to their armor class until the start of their next turn, and must make a DC 12 con save, or they continue suffering the penalty.
Okay.
That leaves me with 2 set points left. I will go with +3. I'm doing that would be fun. You know what? Sure, he is a dirty fighter. Spend the last 2 points for below the belt. Opponent suffers -2 AC, -2 to AC and saving throws until the start of their next turn. Okay, which should be the turn next. I guess I'll just go with uh dirty fighting. Throw dirt in her face. Blinding them until the turn of the turn. Fuck. Fine. Knock prone. Knock prone. That doesn't. I don't give a shit. Knock prone.
The force of your impact sends her, down. That it for you?
Yes, that is it for me.
Okay. Before her start of her turn, she's going to invoke a legendary. As she starts coming up, as she's going down, she slices at your back of your knee with her short sword.
Okay.
For the 21 hit.
Because my well, let me double check to make sure I don't have anything that is accidentally toggled. The armored coat and the infernal robe. Nothing else is accidentally toggled. So okay, no, because of the special stuff I'm wearing, AC is 22.
Okay. She lands on her back, goes into a roll, coming up on her turn in crouch. As she starts, doing a series of spins, lunging at you with the spear, twirling around, trying to stab you with the sword, and just kind of goes into a, circular
Gotcha.
alternation of like stabs and pokes. And Okay. So first the 24. Actually, 24 is actually a 22 because the first attack missed. So 22 on the first one.
Yep.
E3 does hit, I know. And does the 24 hit and the 23 hit, your next two attacks are going to be at disadvantage. As she jabs you with her spear, call it throw, limiting your mobility.
Yeah.
She jabs you in the leg to limit your mobility. It also rolls a 19 as a trip attempt. As part of that, as she comes around, clocks you with the reverse end of the spear. I did defender, so you're okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
stumble a little bit.
Yeah, first attack missed. Okay, so second attack does 18 damage. Third attack does 7 damage. Fourth attack does 16 damage. But I believe you have necrotic, so that 6 actually becomes 3.
I have necrotic and I have slashing.
Okay, well,
I've been having the numbers you've been giving me.
they're not all slashing.
But it's also necrotic because I have.
It's a split
between necrotic. Okay.
Okay, so I have to. Okay, 17 piercing for the first attack that hits, with 1 necrotic. Minimum 1. Said you have slashing.
Yep.
And you have necrotic, so that'd be a total of 4 damage for the next attack. And the final attack, which is that. Okay, so that would be 13 damage on the final attack. You generated stunt point on attacks 3 and 4.
My transform state. I've already done the minus for this, but if we're wanting to like tally everything in, my transform state does does give me a damage reduction of 4.
Is going to use 4 stunt points to injure.
Okay.
Reducing your armor class. He's also going to invoke evasion and defensive stance.
Okay.
There.
Those are some decent hits. Now activate bonus action, shining influence. As there is now kind of radiance along my limbs. Let's see. Going to go in for a thrust with my sword.
It's 20. Evasion. Not enough. That by 4. Okay.
His Rider Shining Boost is now in effect.
Okay.
And I'll kind of partially circle around to throw a punch.
21, still not enough to.
Okay, with Shining Influence active, my unarmed bludgeoning becomes radiant. Is it possible for me to um do any technique identification?
How about under investigation?
Okay. I might presume that'll cost me an action if I do.
Yeah.
I've used up my economy, so
Okay. Legendary action. I automatically halved it for you.
did you apply the DR as well, or should I apply it?
I have not applied the DR.
Okay. I believe you're still working on min 1.
Min 1, yeah.
Yeah. That was just a legendary.
Yep, that was just her legendary. She still gets her normal turn.
Go, then I go, then I go.
Yeah, pretty much. I got to update my macro here because I did not account for you adding everything she does.
That's a reason why Farron is okay with generally getting into some group fights.
Okay. All right. And stab, slash, poke. All right. 23 hits, 27, 7 hits, 23 hits, as far as I know.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it looks like all those hit.
And I got all the stunt points. First one's going to be an injure and a skirmish, reducing your attack speed to hit by 2. Dragon, you're going to be a problem. I'm going to put you on the map. There we go. Second with 27, 5 stunt points. Oh, get an extra 2d6 of damage. Second attack, so additional 7. Gonna put you at an additional -2 for dirty fighting.
Okay, so -2 to hit, -2 AC.
Dirty fighting. No, that's also attack rolls. So you're at -4.
You want me to key that in, or should we just remember that for next time?
The -2 is until you take a bonus action to clear it. The other one goes away at the start of your turn.
Okay.
So you're at -2 until you clear it. And then the 23 has another 6. Keep it simple. I'll do it. Extra damage. Another 7. Your first 2 attacks are at disadvantage because the spear injured you.
Okay, that's still up. Okay, because
Every time the spear hits you, the next attack you make is at disadvantage,
okay,
and the spear are her even number attacks.
okay. Now what is this right here? I assume there's something spiky on me though.
That's wood debris.
They look particularly spiky.
Not really.
Oh, okay. So pushing her into it wouldn't do much. Okay.
No, if you want spiky, you want the stuff over here.
Oh, I thought the activation phrases with it was within.
Could be. Go up. Waiting phrase.
Oh, there we go. I will split. Okay. Okay. Moving to the side, then cutting diagonally um to where I will start off um with a flying kick. As I am going into the flying kick, I will clear my eyes.
Okay, bonus action to clear your eyes. Got it. Oh, you took the bonus action, so that does not.
I still have disadvantage though.
Yeah. One does hit, and you have consumption going. You said
I have shining.
you have boost. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I come to my feet, I will come down with Shinjo.
You remember to upgrade that to a +2 sword.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, I got
Okay, so
I got stunts. I will also augment that with a level 2 9. And
there is blood.
for my 5 my step points, I would like to use 3 of it to push her back into the spiky barricade, which leaves me with 2 step points left.
Okay. She's gonna make a dex save to avoid getting impaled.
Okay. Um, I will take a um, defensive defensive stance. That will be points. Figured that.
There's a
Uh,
yelp of as she gets jabbed in the back.
I do believe the most honorable thing to do would be not hold back.
That's the general idea. Yes.
Okay then.
Ready for you?
Yes.
Okay. You are not drink. Any of her. It will just pass you her proper.
I have started her movement.
Um, she will pull herself away from the wall as she goes back into range. charging at you with the spear before bolting off and trying to come down with the sword.
Okay, nice.
Get that additional. Had to move. It was a meter beat, I believe. So attacks 1, 2, and 4 all hits. Six, 10, 4.
Looks like I need to roll versus trip. Oh, I still have disadvantage on. So we go with the
Block you with a stunning blow
which leads to Constitution save.
at the end of your next turn.
Okay. Ugh. And that means I have to choose either an attack or either an action or
You
a
look up
bonus.
the new stun. I think so. I think it's you choose an action or a bonus action.
Yeah.
He's also going to use that stunning blow to knock you prone. And that'll be it.
Okay. Incapacitation condition will move up to half their speed. And it's taking a single action or bonus action. Creature cannot see further than 15 feet. Automatically fails strength dex. Attack rolls against has advantage. Incap can only cannot take reactions, cannot touch spells. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Okay.
And because attacks 2 and 4 hit, your next 2 attacks are at disadvantage.
Ugh. Okay. Big hit. Good. Ugh. Okay. 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 This is not as if concentration. This remaining can be used again until. Okay. Cool. I wasn't sure if my shining went down. I will okay. I will shift down over here. In considering the weapon in my hand and giving a slight nod to myself in terms of what I'm going doing next. I will throw 2 kicks out. Oh, strange, they didn't add the +3 to that one.
So
Oh, I did.
disadvantage. So
I wasn't even
16
athletics.
misses. The 21 does hit though.
Yeah.
And you have shining. Box a little bit from the impact. I was able to deflect the other one by redirecting your leg with the butt of her spear. That beats the 10, so you are stunned.
Okay. Now that now that I bore that, let's ramp up to going all out, shall we?
As she's deflecting your leg with her spear, she brings the short sword up to try and stab behind the knee.
Okay, fuck. Okay, into the 21. I'll bring the pommel down to deflect.
Okay. Follows up with another flurry of strikes. Okay. Short sword misses, which means 28 is actually a 17, so that also misses. But the 23 and the 26 both hit. So the last two attacks hit and are not stuns.
Okay. Like she is again trying.
Yeah, that's just part of her combo.
Oh, the guys all have disadvantage on.
Okay, so actually 18.
Yeah.
Okay. Brings it back around to you.
Okay. Said before, since I should have access to two. Okay. Um. Given what was said before about the ancient power, I will kind of try to internally kind of dig into it, myself to see if there's anything extra I can tap. It will use the bonus action to activate second stage, which starts burning off.
Okay.
That also gives me the hit bonus and um, increases my DR to 6. Just so you're aware, with the line I chose, the DR will eventually just switch over to resistances.
Okay.
Another path does actually have an increase, but that's not what I chose. Okay. Since I have that toggled. Yeah, bonus action was that. My that count as an action or use your action? Oh, cool! I can do it both at once. Awesome. I am now I am activating radiant consumption.
Okay.
As so my body is going to be fully kind of illuminated, including my hair to a almost white with the energy, and there's like chaotic bits of radiant energy just shooting off around me. Uh, da, 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 da. There we go, radiant consumption. Okay.
And that's start of their turn. Did I hit that?
Oh, it is. There's light. You and each creature within 10 feet of you take radiant damage equal to half your level rounded up. So it's at the end of my turn.
Mhm. Alright. That it for you?
Yeah, because I had to use both of my action types to.
Legendary poke.
Oh, legendary poke indeed pokes.
Once.
Yes.
You can do it, Farron.
Hmm.
He stunts. He's gonna stun you again.
Ah, fuck.
As she, you think she's going for a stab, and then she flips around and clocks you with the pommel. Your hair momentarily flickers back to normal before everything stabilizes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Another glow rod.
Another. Oh god.
Stab, poke, stab, slash, slash. Oh god.
Wish I could hit like this.
Rolled a million with no stunts, but no, she did get one set of stunts in there.
Okay. It looks like 2, 3, and 4.
Mhm. At 4, gonna yeet you 10 and knock you prone.
If I remember correctly, it was resistance and DR, DR then
I believe we were doing DR then resistance.
Just change it if I do my math.
He's looking a little haggard. You're looking a little haggard.
Still really useful. Okay. And and you said you pushed me back.
He skirmished you and knocked you prone.
Okay, not prone. Okay, so I don't even need to roll for that trip. Trips. Okay. And I believe I was hit by the stun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. So that's my movement. As I get up, and I think my movement is still screwed by.
Stun also affected your movement, yeah. A Baron thing, you get quiet when you're Baron because you're normally fine when you're GMing.
Ah, it might be. Um, no, I can't see 15 feet, more than 15 feet ahead of me. Due to being, I guess, bleary-eyed. Okay. Oh, good. She's just within me. Burned a key.
Hmm?
So much.
Hmm?
There we go. Gripping my blade, given the fact that she has been shown to be rather debilitating, though she is clearly injured herself. I need a moment to clearly do things. So gripping Shinjo and and focusing on the weapon. Uh, my um my eyes will be closed.
But no, he's having a Tekken flashback.
Shine, Shinjo. I'm not sure if you have a particular description that you. Okay.
I mean, it gives you a description there, but
Yeah, it does. Okay. Shinjo will flash in a shine as 6 small blades um drift out from the hilt itself, um floating but floating behind Farron. Um okay, I do have a question. The awakened abilities.
Mhm.
Oh no, answered my own
I was
question.
saying it should be in the description there.
Yeah, answered my own question. Okay. Uh, okay. And that was a bonus action because I've been hit by the stun. That's all I can do for the moment.
Okay. Well, that's cute. As she brings her hand up, she leans forward and kind of blows at you. I need you to make a strength saving throw as a strong gust comes from her breath.
Okay. Due to my stun state, I can't.
Okay. So you are pushed 15 feet. Take 2d10 bludgeoning. 14 bludgeoning. And once again, knocked prone. And you know what? I'm going to add an extra, because you're hitting the wall, an extra 2d6, air quote, fall/collusion damage.
Okay, cool.
An additional 8 to that. Or once again prone, but it is your turn.
Okay. Oh, I believe I get a save versus um
The stun. Yes. Yeah, the stun is gone.
Okay. Okay. Um,
And neck and neck.
focusing on the blade, I'm going to be channeling um channeling the energy I usually focus through my arms and hands into the blade itself. While I am moving forward one here, I'm gonna get up
Okay, you are getting up.
And move forward one. The Shinjo um Shinjo glowing blade glowing with a bright energy as I follow through with a slash. This doesn't break. No, it did not. Okay, but I follow through with the slash. A a um a um a crescent of great energy will flow flow out of it, hitting. So mark off all that key.
He attempts to roll out of the way, but isn't quite fast enough. She's going to spend a legendary resistance to save having the damage. Her,
Uh,
her robes are smoking from the impact. She's looking somewhat, less scorched than you would have hoped, but still scorched.
Okay. I am going to use the remaining part of my movement um, to accelerate forward, follow, and trying to kind of follow the line of my blast. I believe I still have a bonus action, which will
Okay. Her legendary to recharge her breath weapon.
a minute. It should be at 7.
We're on round 7 there. Oh, that don't make a difference, but I did make a difference. Okay. Helps when you remember the abilities of Critter. Uh, okay. Close the distance. Meeting your charge with her own charge. Damage.
Okay. Royal Guardian.
Okay.
Plus 5 once per round, use a reaction to grant plus 5 AC against all attacks over single creature. As the blades from from Shinzo swirl forward to try to parry the attacks.
Okay. 19 I know misses. 30.
22 plus 5.
27.
So 20.
Okay, so the spear attacks are the only ones that hit, as the 30 and the 27.
Hit. 12 plus 1. Okay. To confirm, are these have now or because
They're automatically
okay.
half.
Okay, cool. So we're looking 12 plus 1 and 8 plus 1.5.
Points. Stunning blow. Need you to save versus trip.
Saving it versus oh wait, and I'm stunned.
She's inflicting stunning blow on you, yes.
What's the order of that?
Stunning blow comes before the strip attack, so the stun would apply.
Okay. And you're wanting me to a strip, oh, it isn't a save, right? It's a
It's a skill check.
again, I still diss out on
Your 18 does not beat her 20, so you are prone.
Yep.
Going to also sunder your armor. She kind of cuts into your coat and pulls off some of the chain. Okay. Brings us back around to you. You are prone and stunned.
Okay. I will use my movement to kind of capoeira up as I am capoeiraing. I will have
That's
uh
rapid.
I will have Shinjo gripped as I try to go in for a strong slash. I'm rolling at disadvantage, I believe, because of
The
the
spear
spear
hits.
hit.
Yep.
I don't want to risk a culture. Okay. Angel strike.
6 hits.
Okay. No stunt. However, I am adding the
You have consumption and boost.
yeah, the consumption will apply to this first attack here with a 10. I am also adding in a level 2 divine smite just to really kind of do as much as I can. Also form.
Okay.
And because I still get both attacks because I'm taking the attack action. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. I will then as I'm spinning, I'll just continue spinning, and when I actually get to my feet, the top myself is going to be where second second slash comes in. This one I will risk a cold shot for, so it'll be effectively it'll be a -5 to the roll and a +5 to the damage.
Okay, so -5 to the roll.
So net
makes,
plus
makes
1.
it makes it a 25, which still hits.
Okay, so +5 to the damage. The ready consumption does not factor into the second attack, as it's only for one attack. And once again, I am smiting level 2.
Okay.
And as I end my turn, the auto ready consumption happens. That actually, how convenient.
As you unleash on her, her body practically seizing in the air as just a series of streaks and, holy flame burn at her. You hear her shriek in pain, where she lands on her back, bounces, and is able to turn that up into a roll, coming up on one knee, using her spear to hold herself up. Her eyes narrow at you. All right. I guess I wasn't taking you seriously enough. As she says this, the pendant around her neck, the central diamond form, begins to glow with that familiar glow that you've seen coming off the other things. In this case, unlike the others that have had that pink color, while you feel the similar energy to that pink energy that you felt from other things, this one is glowing more of a dark yellow.
This pink energy is dangerous.
I'm sorry, this is. I'm sorry, wrong out. This one's glowing white. Kind of a dark and corrupted white.
Okay.
As it does so, materializing on her form is like I said, like almost a half plate, like armor covering the shoulders, breastplate. It's got the greaves and the bracers, and coming out of her back are a pair of almost glass or crystalline wings. As she goes from being on one knee to hovering slightly above the ground in a slightly bobbing motion.
Sharon's eyes will widen just from the unexpected transformation.
Wait, I thought I was the only person who could transform.
Sure.
I'm not the. Nobody told him to be the pro tangerine.
I see that wasn't your final thought.
And is going to hover for a moment before vanishing, and just a series of everybody else looking will just see a series of streaks of light dashing all around, slicing into at Farron. As she's effectively casting Steel Wind Strike.
Woo!
So I need I make a melee spell attack.
Okay.
stat for this. Have force, as I recall. 25. Is your modified AC still in play?
I will once a round. This is a new round.
This is her turn, right after you just took her out on your turn. But you did that. But this is a different round from when you did that.
Okay, then yes, I will use my reaction to have the mage come in and try to counter the attack.
Which brings your AC up to 27.
Yes, she's +5.
Okay, so in that case, your wind attack does not hit, as your blades are able to deflect most of it. And teleport to an occupied space within 5 feet.
I guess that'd be one of those things, or was it in DBG where there's like flashes of light from impacts?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's her turn. As she's again now not touching the ground, she's just kind of hanging again, hovering.
Okay.
That brings it to your turn.
I may need to shift. I may need to downstep my forms. Okay. Spending a key to activate flight as I jump back to here, and I'm going 10 feet up just to be slightly above her.
Okay, she's going to say her reaction to make a jab at you.
Okay.
Use the legendary macro. Same round.
It's the same round, so the +5 still applies. It is the same round as well.
It's the start of the next round.
Oh, okay. I'll allow the poke.
Okay, so
Okay.
like she jabs you for 6.
As I shift up. Okay. Okay. How bad off is she looking, or does her health seemingly just completely recoup?
She did look pretty damaged. Now she looks haggard, but not 100%.
Okay.
It does seem to have closed the wounds that were bleeding though.
Okay.
So she's back above bloodied, but does not appear to be at full.
In which case, I would like to go since I did 5 foot that 25 feet up. With my offhand, I will I will charge a bit of energy, and instead of it being a beam, it is a sphere that shoots down, looking looking a bit unstable as it's because I have that. Son of a breaking. There we go. Da, 96.
Help. Should blow another legendary to reduce that to 16.
You okay?
Is that it for you?
Um, yes, that is it.
That's 5, so 50 feet up.
No, I have to do that because I don't have unlimited flight. It's on a
Okay.
timer.
So how high up are you going?
I am 25 feet up.
Okay, between turns, she will look up at you, smirk, and wing the wings at you as a strong gust of wind comes hurtling up towards you. I need you to make a strength saving throw as you are caught in the wind gust.
Okay.
Okay, you made your strength save. So you only take 9 bludgeoning. Ugh. She's going to take her turn. To fly closer to you, bringing you, staying just outside of your aura, as she unleashes her breath weapon at you again.
Oh,
I need another strength saving throw. Yeah, it doesn't done anything to put you at disadvantage for that, so that is a success. Eight damage. Brings us to around 10, which I think affects some of your stuff.
yeah, I've been tracking it in the dock.
Okay.
So I believe it's starting with me. So, 5, 4, and she's saying just out.
Just outside, she's, was it 50, 10-foot aura, so she's like 15, 15 feet out.
Okay. Because on my screen, she's still within the aura.
Yeah, it's not factoring in altitude because you went
Oh,
up, and
gotcha. Okay.
she's on a diagonal.
Okay, I shouldn't be under anything. There's abilities. So that might should be my last use. Last use of warrior. Okay. And you said haggard, but not too bad off. Okay.
Better than bloody, but not at full. Yeah.
In which case, I will move to be within 10 feet of her, um, stopping, though the blades following me do not stop, um, as they um, as they zoom forward and around, attempting to create a lattice of energy. She's gonna make a dexterity saving throw or be grappled.
That counts as grapples. I don't know what your DC is.
We can see it would be 17.
Okay, she's going to spend her last legendary to avoid that.
Okay. Okay. That is it for the me, and since I am within,
And you said you were how far out?
I was 10 because I wanted to make sure the edge of my aura was on him.
Okay. Out of reach of stuff. Okay. Her. He will fly to close the distance. Being with the spear, he zips upwards towards you.
Yep.
A in theory hits.
Uh,
Unless you're doing your thing.
I'm gonna do my thing again to have the blades come in and try to deflect.
Okay. In which case, all of those, I believe, miss.
Okay. Um, from the attacks and her motion stuff like that, does it appear that she has gotten more evasive? Like, does it appear her AC has increased?
Yes.
Okay.
The armor seems to have an additional deflective quality, probably because it's heavier armor than what she was wearing.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Sure. Last time, burning key form. Anybody? Since she's up in my face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will. Is the breastplate stylized?
It seems to have like a carved dragon motif, almost like somebody took a dragon and like compressed it into the shape of armor.
Okay. Can I grapple by way of like grabbing on to the I guess dragon emblem on the breastplate?
Sure.
I still have disadvantage on.
That's fine. We know it's the first one. Athletics or acrobatics for her. I forgot to turn off I forgot to turn off advantage, but it's fine. 15 still beats your 14.
Yep. She wait, and I will as she's moving away, I'll go in for a slash. I will risk a cold shot. So that +1 to hit and plus.
Okay, so 22. She will use the cross section of her spear to catch Shinzo and to twist it out of the way
Okay.
as a reaction.
Cool. Energy ends up being hold on, that was that the grapple I believe counts as an unarmed. I did not use a bonus action. As she's twisting the Shinjo out of the way, I will attempt to knee her in the gut with the bonus action.
Yeah.
This was not a cold shot
So for
because I
that
didn't declare
30,
it.
so you have consumption going. You lost consumption.
No, my consumption still. Well, it was never applied to the first hit because it never struck.
Okay. So consumption is going, boost is going.
Yes.
So that's minus 29. Okay.
Oof.
Okay, she is bloodied again.
And I'm not gonna add. Okay, I do have. You have these stunt points. Fortunately, we have a lot of the nice strip points. Okay. With the need of the gut, I will use injure for a -2 to until the start of the next turn, right? Damn. I believe we're 25 up.
You were 25. You came, and she came within 15 of you, so you came down to her. So you're 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. Okay. What I would like to do is I'd like to skirmish her. No, that would technically require no, it's still part of skirmish. Okay, so I'd like to skirmish her up 2 for a total of 20. Because we're already at 10, yeah?
Take her up to 20 feet. Yes.
Okay. And then I'll use the rest of my stun points to skirmish her down to the ground.
Okay, skirmishing her will not do hold it.
Oh fuck. Okay. Okay. It'll still look. Still look nice. I'll still want to skirmish her to the ground.
Okay, does that mean you're giving up your grapple?
Well, our grapple failed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So skirmish for flavor.
Okay, so that puts you 20 feet above her.
Yeah.
In case she will use her legendary to not do what I was initially planning, but to blast you again with her wings for another strength save.
Okay.
Okay. Total 9 damage.
Okay. Typing on the damage.
Bludgeon.
Bludgeon. Okay.
Magic bludgeon, if that matters.
Yep. And that was your legendary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's her actual turn proper. Move to close. That in theory all hits.
If it's still the same round, I believe I have the
It's new round.
Oh, 2 round?
You go at the top of the round, so anytime it's your
Right,
turn, it's a
yeah,
new round.
reaction.
Okay. That brings your AC up to 27.
Yeah.
In which case, all of those miss again. Back to you.
Yep. So shift flight to over here to go for a vision sigil. Oh, that fails.
As you use her parry to cause that to fail, yes.
Yes.
Fly above and around to go over to the other side. And an attempt for a another precision strike. So net +1 for a total of 25.
That will hit.
Okay.
And all your shit's still going, so 17 is 35.
Yep. And because I called strike, I get a +5 damage. I am also divine smiting at level 2. And I got some stunt points. I will mighty blow and knock prone. For an additional 2 damage. 5, 10. And I believe we were up at 20.
I think she's at 15, you were 20, but yeah.
Okay. I will use the 10 of my movement to lower down to be within range of her at and I believe that would put me at 5 feet above. And ending my turn the radiant consumption.
No, you don't need the consumption. The knocking her prone out of the air was enough to KO her.
Oh damn. Yay, gravity.
So harder to do this. That was a disappointing showing, all things considered.
Hmm. Okay. Given what's going on, I will come down with a pommel strike for to her breastbone with the idea of basically knocking her out.
Okay. As you come down, driving the pommel of your sword into the breastbone, it smashes through the draconic armor, causing it to shatter as it impacts her breastbone. There is a crack as the bone underneath is impacted. As she gasps for air, as her eyes roll back into her head, and she goes still.
Okay. I am now at 0 Ka. So my form completely dissipates. And just so you're aware, because as long as my Ka is at 0, even mastered forms I can't turn into because I need some amount of confidence for that. Okay. Then rock. I'm not going to fly anywhere, so I have that time. Oh, well thought, Commander. Oh, was there like any like Drakengard like near the gate or something for this engagement?
Her second would still be back by the protocol. It's just a generic knight type.
Okay.
They wanted somebody, because second, so you have somebody to observe the results and report back.
In which case, I want to. Oh, she's on her breastplate.
Yeah, with the armor kind of like shatters off into like a glassy effect, and just vanishes when she goes unconscious.
Okay, I will grab. I guess. I believe she had like a shirt or a robe. Um. So I'll grab like the scruff of the fabric or what have you. At her collarbone, and just I kind of want to just lift her up to kind of show that yes, she is completely unconscious, kind of like a victory thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I am pretty certain because I didn't kill her, that's probably just on her house.
I guess this would be history again.
Wait, am I decided? No, I'm still no. Okay. Go history.
No, not dishonor.
Okay.
As the victor, do it. How you choose to finish your opponent is part of your right as the victor. So
Okay.
if you choose not to kill them, and that is your prerogative.
Drakengard, as you have witnessed, this battle has been won by the champion of Saltmarsh. I assume that our agreement still stands.
They will nod and proceed to take a tube from their belts. They will step back through the gates and fire the tube, and pull the thing at the back of the tube, causing a flare to go out. The flare circumstances with a golden color,
Okay.
which from your history there, you're pretty sure that means they have basically signaled the army that they lost.
Okay.
Ooh, the champion of knowledge has won.
They will then turn back to you. Now, are you going to finish her, as is your right, or are we allowed to bring her home?
Farron will think a moment, including the knowledge that the Bastard Regiment, along with their leader, is merciful from their standards because they do have um more. They are a bit more tolerant. Out of respect for your liege's tolerance, and I'll just like toss towards them. You may retrieve your fallen.
Give him a deeper bow of respect as he moves to collect his fallen commander.
As soon as this guy leaves, I'm just gonna plop on the ground in a sit. I'm bloodied right now.
I don't know what you're complaining about. All things considered, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be.
That still took effort, though. Again, I had to turn on like everything.
Congratulations, you took on a CR-18 Mythic solo.
Nice. Thank you, Farron, champion of Salt Marsh.
Because keep in mind, if it wasn't for the Blood of the Warriors giving me that temporary HP to cushion that on top of the other cushions, to me she was a threat.
Oh, she was definitely a threat.
100% a threat.
Oh no, do we have a zero?
No, you took
I'm about to say,
it's 0. That was my next thing, but
I'm about to say 100%. I'm about to say 100%. I could not have taken her. I'm about to say she would have hit me a handful. She would have hit me. I probably would have been dead by like round 2.
Because I do also want to point out, as you can see by my bars, I'm also nearly tapped out of resources again.
oh yeah. Not that I didn't expect you to win. I just thought, you'd be rougher shape than you were. Awakening your sword made a huge difference.
No, it really did. I figured I should use it, if anything, to kind of exemplify the fight.
Yeah, that whole being able to get +5 to life is
Yeah, I think I would be down to like less than 20 otherwise.
you taking a few minutes to recoup. They take a few minutes to haul her back to camp, but even from here, you can the guards will shout down that they can see that they from what they can see in the at this point early dawn, it does seem like they are packing up. It looks like they're the siege weapons they built on site they're abandoning, but the camp itself does seem to be picking up and falling back as promised.
Do you find that funny for some reason? It's like, oh, we got these siege weapons. Fuck, we're done. We quit.
Well, I mean, siege weapons work. A lot of them are built on site because they don't have wheels or anything, so you kind of have to leave them there.
Yeah, if you're falling back, you're either breaking them down, leaving them, or burning them if they're made of wood. You don't want people to use it against you.
In this case, a trebuchet in the middle of some guy's lawn isn't exactly going to be very useful to the town, so they have no reason to worry about it.
Oh, the townsman that owns the land might go, I got a trebuchet now, I can defend my property.
Well, the property is the town guard barracks, so
okay. Well, good. They can like launch things out into the ocean then.
No, because they're way too far away to be able to reach the ocean from here.
It's for show.
Yeah, it's really just there for show. With where the barracks are located, I think the only thing they could hit is the storehouse.
Well, good. Fuck that place. I remember what that person did at the Emporium.
No, that's the trading post.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like where the grain and shit for the town lives.
Oh no, okay, don't fuck the town. maybe load it with explosives that have impromptu fireworks. But yeah, okay, yeah, I'm just kind of sitting on the ground going, really out of magic, completely out of key.
Yeah, they can hit a farm, and they might be able to hit the druid grove, and they might be able to hit the mill.
The places that just aren't good. Very feeling useless. Use it to demolish a building.
All right.
Hell. So, if that was a key
All right.
rate, then the
I say
lower numbers must be more powerful.
Kyoku's gonna give you some shit, and he's like, all right, hero of Salt Marsh. Guess we, add that to your list of accolades.
I just see Fargo in the corner
guess.
already taking down notes.
Ugh. Yeah, just what I need. A legend. You you wanna charge me for the for the healing? Put that on your ledger.
So, do we want to what?
I I was joking in that. Do you wanna put my recoup on the ledger as quartermaster?
Absolutely. Just tell us what you need, and we will. I'm saying we'll add it to the list. I'll say what the. I'll say as the. I'll say we're going. Kyoki is going to say, as the hero of Saltmarsh, we can add that to. I'll say we're going to add that to your list of accolades, and we can use that in order to justify. I'll say in order to justify a pay raise.
Sounds good to me.
As long as I'll say I'm gonna look at Ash and was like, as long as that's okay with you.
We get paid.
Yeah.
Experience.
I'm about to say Kyoki's gonna be like, yeah, we get paid. Have you not received the check?
I've just received shares when we loot something. I haven't actually received a paycheck. No.
Yeah. I'm about to say we get the most money, and everyone else on the ship, gets to, squabble over what's left.
Mm.
Like I said, paid.
Eleander will come over, pat you on the shoulder as you're still sitting there.
Ah,
I told you could handle it.
yep.
I imagine it's going to take them a couple hours to clear out, so we probably ought to stay holed up in here. But I don't know if you want to take a moment to scout out, see what's going on, or whether you just want to stay put. Either way, I think you've earned a break.
I'll say Kyoku's and like, fuck a break. I'm gonna start dissecting this goddamn dragon.
I said he'd earned a break. You already had your break.
I mean, how many rounds was that?
13.
Okay, so I sat down for a minute and a half, a very tense minute and a half.
That's the hour you guys took before the fight.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I was about to say, I'm like, oh shit, it's a very tense minute and a half. Sorry, hour and 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Right, the union gave you an hour. I gave you an hour.
How generous.
We didn't kill her, right? We just sent her back home.
Yeah, she got sent home in disgrace. Well, not disgrace, but defeat. Her second can report she did fight honorably, so there's no disgrace in the loss. Did not go down like a bitch. She definitely was landing hits and making you work for it.
Yeah.
Not as much as Tristan was expecting, but she can say that she did make you work for it because you did get bloodied.
Yeah. Let me. 35, 30 around points. So 36%. Farron will up and begin to go to scout, but stop before he actually leaves. Or is still.
So you're over there with Ileana?
Oh, I guess in some time going and scouting. There are other people there.
Yeah. In which case, as Kyoki starts sharpening his harvesting tools, that I will have to go look into double check my harvesting rules for. I don't have them open immediately. And Farron takes a moment to sit
I think it was survival rolls or something like that.
I know it's a survival role, but what I need to look up is what you how much you can get.
Well, keep in mind we didn't have the agreement with the market person.
Right, that he's getting most of it. Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, okay, I thought it was like all of it.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I was trying to remember. If we call him over here, can't he harvest it himself?
If you want to haggle that out with him, we can worry about that in the next session.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, because technically,
it's like his thing about getting you guys to do it was that he did not think he could do, go. Obviously, he didn't think you were going to fell the dragon right on top of his shop. So yeah, there's a chance he could do it himself.
okay, yeah, I'm about to say because I was thinking, I was like, oh well, technically he could. This way he can't bitch and complain at us about the quality of things that are taken. It was like, well, here's your dragon. You got 10 days to harvest him before he turns into an undead.
Yep.
We delivered it. We actually delivered it to his doorstep.
I'll say, yeah,
delivery fee.
Yeah, you did as he asked, so you're definitely covered there. There might. He did say you might be. You guys did negotiate getting compensated for possible extras. So I need to figure out. Again, like I said, I need to double check the rules because I don't have them right in front of me.
Gotcha.
You know what? I am willing to say, I'm like, you know what? I might try to haggle for something because I was like, effectively, we just did free delivery service.
Well, again, we can deal with that the next time. But right now, you guys are cooling off, getting ready to do your harvesting and whatnot. So I'm going to definitely call the session here. You guys
Good as time as any.
16.
Woohoo!
As a result of this.
I know Matt's gonna be like, I just did it.
New day dawns. You guys will get to figure out what to do next. Now that you've, in theory, liberated the town, liberated your crew, and driven the cult out of town. As well as dealing with your first Hakish.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.
Clearly, figure out minions might be the easiest way. Because the Hakish, are supposed to be a little bit more of a threat. Not that they weren't a threat, but they were supposed to be a little bit more of a threat than they were billed as, than they were shown as.
I do want to point out.
I mean, she is number 8. She is the lowest on the totem pole, but still.
Yeah, I do want to point out, kind of like it was mentioned, I was probably very much the best person for the job.
Oh, I'm not.
If it was someone that wasn't me.
I am not disputing that in the slightest. Like I said, it's not that I didn't expect you to win. I just expected her to perform a little better than she did. And you're +5 to AC, in basically single combat is really what made the difference there.
Yeah.
I am not disputing that.
I mean, I'm liking it here, and with how it was, it seems thematically appropriate.
Yeah. But nobody did anything wrong. The dice could have performed a little better, but otherwise, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Any thoughts for next time?
Any thoughts? Hello?
Yeah, is that any
Oh.
thoughts?
I think that went very well. Very, very, I must say, very difficult, very tense. Um, like I said, I'm glad that Farron was the one who went up and did that. Effectively, I feel like the most resilient out of everyone in the group has the definitely has the hit points and the I don't feel like dying right now, aspect. So I'll say so. Yeah, I'm very proud that our own version of fucking Sin of Pride decided to show up.
Mm.
So, like, you said you were taking Salt Marsh, and who decided that? Like, okay, sweet. You said I was dead. Who decided that? I was like, so yeah, this is definitely good. And I was like, I think the most surprising thing, well, not surprising because I was, the I'm actually fairly surprised that we took down the dragon.
Yeah, that dragon was wrecking us.
I was not expecting to actually defeat the dragon.
Mm.
I thought that was effectively going to be the end of us.
You guys totally can handle a dragon. I don't know what you're worried about.
I mean, only because it landed.
It landed because it ran out. Its ranged weapon wouldn't recharge.
All we have to do is just live long enough for the ranged weapon to recharge. So just got to live long enough for a ranged weapon to basically crap out on them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Farron's still wondering where this dragon even.
That is a very good question.
Once they start harvesting it, they can tell you about that crystal thing that I saw in his chest.
Yeah. Maybe Usara will have some sense about it. Oh, yeah, I will want to get my medical book back.
Yeah, that I figured.
And it looks like I need to make a sub entry for Sarah. I'll need to be studying draconic medicine. Unfortunately, there's no books on it.
We'll figure out something. We'll figure out something to do for it.
Get her learning then.
I mean, she can wear armor in her humanoid form.
Yeah, because I know because I ordered a custom set, which I hope is at the surviving part of the. But I mean, there's a like get absorbed.
Yeah.
So, because I don't believe the properties are maintained.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
Got to make sure they also didn't steal any of our shit off the boat.
All the eggs.
I swear to God, if we have one dead chicken, we are declaring war against Drakengard.
They tried to starve us out. What do you mean? They killed a chicken.
Just the one, though.
Still a dick move. It was like, where's your emperor? We demand recompense in the form of chickens. You will pay for this in blood. Pretty sure every other empire is gonna be like, you're fucking idiots. And we're like, I'm like, you never lost a chicken. I feel is a safe thing to say. Very dumb thing to say, but a very safe thing to assume that they have never lost a chicken.
Probably true.
Here's though. Yeah, this was enjoyable. I am glad that kind of being off to the side was seemingly at least not detrimental to your enjoyment, Brian.
No, I'm about to say being off to the side is better than dying.
Fair.
I'm about to say, I'm like, would I have done that battle? Yes, if I was the only option. But I was like, hey, there's better options. There's a guy who's literally spec'd for, he reads books so that he can know how to murder people. I was like, I'd rather have this guy.
That is true. He has not taken a Hippocratic oath. Taken other oaths, but not the Hippocratic one.
I'm like, I'm perfectly fine with all this. I'll say I was not going to be the guy who's like, oh no, we don't do none of that shit. I'm like, no, we do all of that shit.
I was actually enjoying the dirty fighting stunt because that literally lets me show off that no, he's a dirty fighter.
Mhm.
I know practically it was kind of silly to form up the if we lose plan.
I mean, gotta have a plan rather than try to.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's one of those things where it's like
Do you plan on losing? No. Do you need a plan in case you lose? Yes.
well, the tension makes narrative sense, and I do enjoy it. I also feel that it's that like after the fact, it feels kind of silly. It's like all this tiredness, and I was like, oh, good, we won.
Oh yeah, because it's we effectively become. I'll say this entire party plan basically just became a one. I'll say it all came down to one person, and I was like, okay. Because I know the moment that we didn't plan for this is the time that we get our ass kicked.
Fair.
And I'm about to say, and then we have to try to explain to the DM who's like, oh yeah, we totally had a plan for this. What's the plan? I don't remember you discussing a plan. And then we have to try and convince Tristan that we have a plan when we in fact did not have a plan.
What's your plan? Existing.
It's like, oh, it was like, yeah, we totally